In today's video, I will show you how to open your complex numbers powers. If you have any complex function and you have to open some power on it, you have to evaluate it, you have to find the real and imaginary parts of some complex function, then how you can solve or simplify that function. If you have a simpler function, like for example, if you have a function of kind under root 3 plus iota square, you can use here the identity for the square term easily. But for the powers 3, 4, 5 and up to so on, it will be difficult to open it and to multiply the terms with each other. So for that purpose, it is easier to use the De Moivre's theorem. And what is that De Moivre's theorem? The De Moivre's theorem says that if you have cos of theta plus iota sine of theta raised to power n, then it can be directly opened as cos n theta plus iota sine n theta. And you see how simply it is to evaluate this term as compared to this power. If you open it and multiply it n times, it will be very difficult. And you see the right hand side is very simplified form. So using that De Moivre's theorem, I can simplify this complex number. How I can simplify it? You have to basically your real part. Consider your real part, that is your under root 3. The real part will be considered equals to r cos of theta. Let your real part equals to r cos of theta. What is real part? The part that is not having some imaginary number. Now what is your imaginary part? Imaginary part is the coefficient of this iota. And that will be r sine of theta. So that is equals to 1 here, the coefficient of iota. Now you have to do what? This is your equation number 1 and this is your equation number 2. You have to do what? Square both sides of equation number 2 and add them up. So what I am doing here? I am simply doing squaring both sides. So it will be r square cos square of theta is equals to 3. And from here I will get r square sine square of theta is equals to 1. I am squaring both sides. Now add both the equations. The left hand side will be added with the left hand side and the right hand side will be added with the right hand side. So from both of the equations, after adding, I will get r square cos square of theta plus r square sine square of theta will be equals to 3 plus 1. Now I can take r square as common. So I will get here cos square of theta plus sine square of theta equals to 4. Now you know that this is an identity and this is equals to 1. So r square 1 will give you r square. Now we can take the value of r from here, that is equals to 2. Taking square root on both sides will give me the value for r. Now for using that formula, we must know the value for theta as well. That is the angle. And how you can figure out the value for angle? You will simply divide your equation number 2 with equation number 1. That is dividing equation number 2 with equation number 1. Right hand side, left hand side will be divided with the left hand side and right hand side will be divided with the right hand side. So it will be r sine of theta divided by r cos of theta. This is simply equation number 2 divide with equation number 1. This will give you 1 divided by under root 3. Now r and r will be cancelled out. You will get here tangent theta is equals to 1 over under root 3. And that will be equals to theta equals to tangent inverse 1 over under root 3. And you know that tangent inverse 1 over under root 3 is equals to 30 degree. You can use your calculator to evaluate this, or you know that the trigonometric angles value as well. Now we can use the De Moivre's theorem by Now what was our question? Under root 3 plus iota whole cube. That is under root 3 plus iota whole cube. Now what was our under root 3? Our under root 3 was r cos of theta and plus this iota, and now the imaginary part is r sine of theta raised to power 3. Now it will be, you know that what is the value for r can be taken out as common. It will be r cube and inside will be left with cos of theta plus iota sine of theta whole cube. Now, you know that using the de Moivre's theorem, this power can be down with this angle and the power will be finished from here. So, it will become equals to r cube times cos 3 theta plus iota sine 3 theta. This is the de Moivre's theorem. Now what was our r? We calculated the r before, that is 2. It will becomes 2 cube. And now cos 3 theta. Theta is our 30 degree. So 3 times 30 degree will be 90 degree here. Plus iota sine 90 degree. So you know that cos of 90 degree will give us the 0 in our answer. And sine 90 degree is 1. And from here we got 8. So we got 0 plus iota. And that will be equals to 8 iota. So basically this is the solution for our this example using the de Moivre's theorem.